Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to dig into something pretty ambitious, how one company is trying to tackle one of Pakistan's biggest and most complex problems from the ground up. We're talking about its energy future.
That's a huge question, right? So what we're going to do today is zoom in and see how one very specialized firm, Chief Consultant Pakistan, is trying to answer it, tackling this enormous challenge one piece at a time. You see, their goal isn't just to be another service provider. They're positioning themselves to be a central player in the country's entire energy transformation. And that means impacting everything from the huge national power grid all the way down to a single person's home. And this quote from them, it really nails down their whole strategy. It's this really interesting blend, isn't it? On one hand, you've got this super high-level, innovative consultancy for the big industry players. And on the other, you've got practical, everyday energy-saving tips for the rest of us.
Okay, so what's actually powering this whole thing? What's the engine behind such a big mission? Well, it really seems to come down to the people they have and the principles that guide their work.
So they've built their entire operation around three core values. First, knowledge, always learning about what's new in grid tech and renewables. Second, skill, actually applying what they know to things like load analysis. And third, attitude, having this can-do, problem-solving mindset. It's a system where it's not just about what you know, right? It's about how you use that knowledge to actually get things done.
And let me tell you, these values aren't just words on a page. They are backed by some serious expertise. Just think about this team for a second. You've got a retired chief engineer who probably knows the national power grid better than anyone. Then you've got a software developer who can build the custom tools to manage it. And to top it off, a data analyst with not one but two PhDs to make sense of all the data. That is a really powerful mix of old-school hands-on experience and cutting-edge data science. All right, so you've got the team, you've got the values, but what do they actually do day to day? Let's take a look at how all that expertise turns into real services for their biggest clients. For their big clients, we're talking housing societies, huge commercial buildings, they offer the whole shebang. This means handling all the complicated regulatory paperwork, what they call design books, figuring out how to integrate solar power smoothly into the grid, and even building custom software to analyze electrical loads. And that last part is so important for preventing overloads and blackouts. So how do they know if they're actually succeeding? Well, they measure it in a really straightforward way. It's not just about the number of projects they finished. It's also about how much work they have in the pipeline. And, this is the big one, making sure their customers are genuinely happy with the results. But here's where it gets really interesting. Their work doesn't just stop at the industrial level. They have this whole other focus that's all about empowering you and me, the individual consumer, bringing that high-level expertise right down to the household level. They've launched this new thing called the Consumer Corner, and it's basically a portal designed to make energy simple for the public. It gives you tools to estimate your bills, which is super useful, check for any errors, and find practical ways to save energy and, of course, save some money. And this right here is the whole key to their approach. It's this two-pronged attack. On one side, you've got these highly technical services for massive utility companies, and on the other side, you have these simple, accessible tools for the average person. It's a fascinating strategy that tackles a huge national problem from both the top down and the bottom up at the same time. When you boil it all down, their entire model is about being that bridge. They seem to get that to really transform a nation's energy sector, you can't just focus on the massive infrastructure. You also have to improve the everyday habits and understanding of the people who use it. And, that really leaves us with one big question to chew on. Could this hybrid model, this blend of deep local know-how with smart, user-friendly technology that serves both industry and individuals, could that be a blueprint for solving other complex national challenges? It is definitely something we're thinking about.